This is Cambridgeshire Scouts Takeover, live on Hereward Radio.
This is Cambridgeshire Scouts live on Hereward Radio.
What's up? What's up, everyone? This is Neo, a.k.a. The Gentleman.
Hey, my name is Carly Rae Jepsen.
Hey, this is Bruno Mars.
Tell your Chico Pitbull, Mr. 305, and you are now listening to
Hereward Radio, bringing community radio back home, where it belongs.
Live on Hereward Radio today, we have...
Greg.
Where are you from, Greg?
I'm from Ely, Matrix Explorers.
Excellent. Simon?
Yeah, I'm Simon. I'm from Stanground Explorers.
I'm Laura from Nearly Secund DC Explorers.
I'm Jamie from Fennistanton and Hilton.
And I'm Hannah, and I'm the UK Youth Commissioner for the Scout Association.
And finally, I'm James, and I'm an assistant scout leader at 5th St Ives Scouts in Cambridgeshire. So, first up, we're going to have a song, and we're going to have Daft Punk. That was Daft Punk, Digital Love. So, I want to find out, what have we been up to in scouting recently? So, we're going to firstly go to Greg. What have you been up to?
Well, at the recent St George's Day parade in Ely, we had the sort of service thing afterwards, and I got a DC's award for doing this radio show. And I got a very sparkly badge to go on my shirt, and I got a certificate, and it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Laura, what about you?
Last week with the Scouts, we went to the police station control room.
Okay, and what did you do there?
So we had the opportunity to listen in to some calls and pick out the information we thought was important, as well as listening in to live calls that were coming in the control room.
That sounds really exciting. Jamie, what about you?
So I'm a young leader with Cubs in Fennistanton, so I've been helping them get ready for Cub Jam, which is a camp at Gilwell Park in a few weeks, and they're all excited about that.
And what sort of stuff have you been doing to prepare for that?
We've been helping them with their talent show entry. They're performing a song. I've been making puppets and things for that, which looks quite cool. Can you give us any details about that? Any secrets about their performance? Top secret stuff, I'm afraid.
Oh, what a shame. Simon, what about you?
A couple of weeks ago, I did a show in a day.
Okay, so what's that?
Well, it's pretty much exactly what it says it is. We went in at 9 o'clock in the morning with absolutely nothing, and by 7 we had a full show which we performed to the parents. And
what show did you perform?
It's a mix of all different songs from lots of different places and different artists.
Sounds very good. Was it a good show at the end of it then?
Yeah, very good show at the end.
That's great. And what about you, Hannah?
So I joined a team of guys from Merseyside Scout County who had an event at Gilwell Park called Youth Shaped Scouting on Tour. And basically what they did is they all went down to Gilwell Park for the weekend and planned their A Million Hands project for the county, which is pretty exciting. And they're looking at sort of doing stuff around dementia and Alzheimer's, and rather than focusing on the people themselves, it's looking at the carers and the supporters and what support they could give to the people around them. So it was quite a nice little project that they were starting to form.
That sounds really good. Do you travel a lot then?
Luckily they were coming down south, so I managed to meet them there because I've been doing my university exams the last couple of months. But yeah, I like to travel around the country and see what different scout groups are getting up to everywhere around the UK.
And are the exams all finished now? They
have. Yesterday was the last one, so this is a nice little break now.
So it's opened up a summer of scouting.
Indeed.
Sounds very good. We're now going to have another song, and we're going to have Home.
caught my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream it too. There's nothing there. There ain't nothing that I need.
Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ, ain't nothing please me more than you.
Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
I follow you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laughing till we think we're down, barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you.
And in the streets you run a free like it's only you and me. Cheers, you're something to see. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Jay,
Alexander,
do you remember that day you fell out of my window?
I sure do. You came jumping out after me.
Well, you fell on the concrete and nearly broke your ass, and you were bleeding all over the place, and I rushed you out to the hospital. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Well, there's something I never told you about that night.
What did you tell me?
While you were sitting in the back seat smoking a cigarette you thought was going to be your last, I was falling deep, deeply in love with you. And I never told you till just now.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is where I'm alone with you.
Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Oh, home. Yes, I am home. Home is when I'm alone with you. Alabama, Arkansas. I get up my heart and fly. Boats and boats and waterfalls.
That was Edward Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros, Home. So we're now going to go to Jamie, who's going to tell us all about what's been going on around the county.
Yeah, so we're just going to give you a quick rundown of what's been happening since our last radio show in March. So first of all, Ely Scouts held their traditional skills day that you can hear about in this interview.
What's your name?
Caroline Spaxman, ADC Scouts for Ely.
So can you give us an overview of what's going on today?
today we've got lots of different bases to do traditional scouting skills, because we felt that a lot of groups in our district, they do really modern and fun things for the scouts, but something that was missing in some areas was this traditional.
Right.
So we've got backwards cooking, axe saw, knife skills, fire lighting. They've got pheasants that they're de-breast filleting and cooking the meat, and then there's navigation skills, campsite skills.
Orienteering.
So is it a competition or
Competition. Race the other team, which they seem to be.
Well, they're at 7, so they still have to do.
No, we've done.
More. Yeah, and we finished.
So what's been your favourite thing so far today?
Firelighting.
I would say the whittling.
Really? And
chopping and stuff.
I'm split screen because I like everything that we've done so far, because the putting up the tents and cooking on the stove was quite fun. But then the fire lighting was also fun because we got to eat marshmallows.
I just love whittling. Like, it's the fact that you can make basically anything just with a knife and a bit of wood, and I think it's quite nice.
So what are you all making?
Well, I'm doing patterns on the side of my log because we're doing Easter themed stuff. So I'm trying to do an egg, but it's failing badly.
I have no clue what I'm making.
That was Ely Traditional Scouting Day.
Also in Newmarket, the Beavers held a quiz in Fordham, which sounded great fun. In Cromwell, the Cubs have held a night hike, which was in the countryside around St Ives, with bases along the way and finishing with hot dogs. The same weekend, Ely held their cyclocross at Bramham Farm. This has been held for several years, and a trail was set up through the woods and fields, and there were 5 cycle races, and the winner received a trophy. The Beavers have been to Twin Lakes in Melton Mowbray to celebrate the Beavers' 30th birthday. Unfortunately, it was poorly attended, but the Beavers that did go had a fantastic time on the roller coasters, pirate ships, go-karts, and stroking the animals and being chased by a peacock. You can hear about what the Beavers got up to here.
What have you been doing today?
Well, today we come to Twin Lake because. What do you think, Ella? Just a little trip. Yeah.
Did you do with the Beavers' birthday?
Yeah, doing some fun games, like going to rides and stuff. And we've been going to this really fun place, and there's loads of fun activities. Going on loads of fun rides.
Enjoyed the rides?
Yeah.
Which one's your favourite one?
The ship.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
So why do you like being at Beavers?
Because they play fun things and stuff. It's very fun and you get sweets.
Hinchinbrook District also held an incident hike at Grafham Water with bases all around the lake that included first aid, team building, problem solving, and the winners of that were First South Hoe and Buckton Team B, so well done to them. There was also a Working with Wood morning held at the East of England Showground that Rusty attended, and he spoke to some of the scouts there.
Okay, Saturday morning, and I'm at the East of England Showground.
I am Jo Baker. I'm the Education Assistant at Kids Country, which is the education arm of the East of England Agricultural Society. But we do an annual Cubs and Scouts event, which is really popular. This year we're doing a Working with Wood morning for over 100 Cub Scouts and Beavers. We're doing whittling bows and arrows with the Great Fen Project, and we're also learning how to weave willow. We're doing willow fish today.
I'm Lulabelle. I'm Amber. We've made a little piece of willow to make a rod,
which we've woven a fish.
So is this a new skill you've learned today?
Yeah. I'm Sebastian, and we've just been making bows and arrows, and mine's really successful.
Are you a good shot with it?
Yes.
Last weekend, the National Archery Tournament was held at Fazelwood. Newmarket have been attending this for 8 years since it was held at Gilwell Park, and this year 62 people from Cambridgeshire went along. They came home with a gold for one of the Cubs, a gold for one of the Scouts and for one of the young leaders, a silver for one of the leaders, and one of the Cubs, Charlie Brazier, won 3 medals on his own, which was a great achievement. So they were representing the county at that, which you can hear about in this.
What have you been doing this weekend?
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What's your best part of the weekend?
Field archery when I beat Anna.
And your worst part?
Not getting anything on clout.
Oh. Do you think you'll get any medals or awards?
Yes.
They've laid on a whole bunch of other activities over the whole of the weekend. So when you're not shooting, they've got the Cruster Run going, they had the climbing wall going, they had the Spider Challenge going, they had a whole bunch of other things on as well.
What has been the best part of this weekend?
For me, 3 things. One, my performance in the target archery, the 40-yard target, because I shot a personal best. If I can shoot a personal best in competition, happy man. 2, the field archery, always love the field archery. And 3, meeting up with loads of friends. So we've been coming for quite a few years now, and you just get to know other leaders that you won't see for the whole of the rest of the year, but this lot get bored, because it'll often take me about half an hour to get from one side of the campsite to the other one, because you bump into somebody and you have a quick chat, and you're busy reminiscing about other events that you've done and other places you've been and what you've been up to since the last time you saw each other, and there's a real nice feeling of fellowship as you come across. Those are the 3 things.
So the biggest event held since our last radio show was probably St George's Day. There were lots of events going on across the county. One of them was at Ely, held in Ely Cathedral, with a samba band, circus workshops, and the Monop Ely Challenge. We spoke to some Cubs and Scouts there.
What have you been doing today at the cathedral?
Well, we have been preparing for St George's Day.
Yes.
And we've been doing all sorts of different activities.
No, you've been doing some samba, yes?
Yeah, we've been doing samba, circus skills, and learning about the history of the cathedral.
So has it been a good day?
Yeah. Yes.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
And what the Scouts been doing today in Ely?
We've had our Monop Ely Challenge, which has incorporated the Scouts and the Guides in Ely District. So we've had this challenge going, it's the 4th year now. They're given a Monop Ely board, and on that board are various places around Ely, and they have to go and find those places and take a photograph to prove they've been there in the day.
So why are we doing it today?
It's part of our St George's Day to get our Scouts and Guides out and about in Ely. They've all been wearing their neckers, they've all been publicising Scouting, and generally make it more well known in the district.
So, Greg, you went to Ely St George's Day. Can you just tell us a bit about what you got up to?
Oh, another one of the activities that was going on during the day was tower tours up to the Cathedral Tower, and I went on one. It was really good. There was 289 steps to get to the top, which was quite a long way, especially as they were built a long time ago, so they weren't very flat. They were quite difficult to get up. And then, but when we did get to the top, the view was really good. I could see the fields and the there's a big pylon behind my house, and I could see that from the top, and you could see around for absolutely miles. That was really good. And then in the service, as I say, I got my DC's Scout Award, and I was also the Great Old Knight St George, which is a sort of take on the Grand Old Duke of York, and I had to stand up at the front and lead the song, do a little bit of dancing as well. Videos on Facebook, I think, so everyone can go and watch me embarrass myself.
That sounds good. Newmarket Scouts also held an event for St George's Day. They marched through the streets of Newmarket to Tatterstalls, where they held a ceremony. They presented 4 Platinum Awards there, including one to an explorer called Connor. This was a great achievement for him because Connor has autism. He's been in Scouts for 5 years, and it's really helped him to become confident in social situations. And it's a huge achievement for him, as you'll hear in this clip from his carer, Lisa.
So what do you do in Scouting?
I am an assistant Scout leader, and I'm also a carer for Connor, who's autistic, and I take him along to explorers and support him there.
And isn't it true that he achieved a lot of things?
He has achieved an awful amount in the time he's been explorers. He joined late, a year late, because we kept him on to make sure he was ready to go up, and in the last 8 months he's been working on his Platinum. So for Connor, it's more things like being part of a group, being able to cope in a situation where there's lots of people, making friends, which he doesn't find easy because he doesn't have any language skills, or very few. And then, he's just achieved his Platinum, so they adapted it to suit him. So he did days at camp instead of nights at camp. He did shorter hikes.
Do you enjoy scouting?
I do enjoy scouting, yes.
Did you go through Cubs, Beavers and Scouts?
No, I went through Brownies and Guides, and then I left for a little while.
Yeah.
And then started coming along as Connor's carer and got roped in very slowly, just volunteered a bit more and a bit more.
So Newmarket District, as well as celebrating the Cubs' 100th and Beavers' 30th birthdays, have also been celebrating 100 years of scouting in the district, and they received a very special message from the Queen. Okay, we'll try and bring that to you later. Not got that one. All right, so Hannah, how did you spend St George's Day?
So I spent St George's Day in Windsor, our day of celebration and achievement. So we were joined by loads, I can't remember the figure, but there were loads, hundreds and hundreds of Queen Scouts who had achieved their Queen Scout Award in the last year. And they were all there to celebrate their achievement. In addition to that, we also had a lot of sort of meritorious conduct awards as well there. So it was really inspiring meeting lots of young people and lots of adults who had done so much for scouting, either carrying on during illness or whether they had helped save someone's life. It was really nice to hear their stories as well, and they got to meet Chief Scout Bear Grylls and everyone like that, and Steve Backshaw, who's our Cubs 100 ambassador, and it was a really nice day.
That sounds great. So also since our last radio show, the Scout Association have released the results of this year's census. In Cambridgeshire, it shows we now have over 8,200 members. That's 6% up on 2015. Bar Hill has grown the most in the county and is also the 9th largest growth nationally. So across the country, there are now 573,000 adults and young people that take part in the adventure each week, with 21 new people joining scouting every single day. And 25% of these are now female. So it just begs the question, why is scouting still so popular, and why do we all scout? If you'd like to tell us why you do scouting, you can tell us on Facebook. And we'll also ask a few of the people here. So Simon, why do you scout, and why do you get involved?
I think the main reason that I scout is because it's a great sense of achievement when you earn badges that you've been working towards for ages and ages. And also, it's a nice community place to be in. So they're the main reasons why I scout.
What about you, Laura?
I think scouting opens so many doors and allows so many opportunities that you probably wouldn't experience otherwise. And I think some of these are really important to experience.
So Hannah, I wonder if you could tell us why you think particularly that more girls are joining scouting now.
I think there's a number of different reasons. I think we've got a lot more female role models in the movement now. So just showing that, when we're talking on the radio or if we're on TV or anything like that, we always have girls and boys and men and women on there to just show people that girls are involved in scouting as well. But I think the most important thing is that our programme is really relevant to 21st century and like 2016. And that just shows that in our results from the census that we have grown in boys and girls. So it just shows that everybody's welcome and everybody finds scouting a really good opportunity for them to get stuck in.
Okay, so we've now found that clip from earlier with Newmarket District Scouts and their message from the Queen. So we'll let you listen to that quickly.
As patron of the Scout Association, the Queen greatly appreciates your thoughtfulness in writing as you did. Her Majesty sends her good wishes to your Beavers on their 30th anniversary and your Cub Scouts and Newmarket District Scouts on their centenary. I hope your celebrations at the annual St George's Day Parade in Newmarket run smoothly and are enjoyed by all.
But I think the reason that Scouts are still here after 100 years is because it keeps looking forward. You see, I think if I beamed you back in time 100 years to Scouts as it was, you wouldn't recognise it. Because over the years, Scouts has changed and keeps changing, and it will keep changing. We have to keep looking forwards to the future if we're going to grow.
So what we do now is look forward to the next 100 years, and I salute everyone involved in the Newmarket and District Scouts who are keeping it going, and it's thanks to everyone here that it will last another 100 years.
So thanks to everyone across the county who has told us about their events. If you want us to visit your event and publicise it on the next radio show, just email Rusty or Sophie. The details are on the county website.
Thank you very much for that, Jamie. So obviously lots of great things going on around the county in scouting. But scouting doesn't just occur in Cambridgeshire, so we're going to have news of what's going on around the country and around the world in scouting from Simon.
Okay, so the main events that are happening around the UK at the moment is the fact that Cubs are turning 100 this year. Lots of Cubs have gone to see the new Jungle Book movie, which makes sense as their leaders are named after Jungle Book characters. Stamford and Bourne held a camp in London Zoo to celebrate their Cub centenary. Many packs around the world have been collecting postcards from other Cub packs just to see if they can collect 100, and individual Cubs have been trying to collect name tapes from around the world as well, just to see if they can get the magical number of 100. In Marwell, some lucky scout groups have been asked to put together a zebra, which will be paraded through the city and up to Marwell Zoo for an event they've got going on. For other scouting groups around the world, there is an event called Rover Way happening, which is an event in France where scouts will journey throughout France on any roads that they like and will end up at a camp called Jamville, where over 4,000 scouts will meet up. And finally, in August, the Ivory Coast will be holding the 7th annual African Scout Jamboree. And if any of you out there are involved in any events in the coming year, let us know what group you're involved in, and we'll incorporate you into the next show.
Thank you very much for that, Simon. That was brilliant. So we're now going to have Frank Turner, Polaroid picture.
Man, we used to be brothers, superheroes and warriors, cowboys and Indians, train drivers, everything rolling through the endless summers. But everything changes. You got married, had children, and I don't have your number. The one I can remember is the place you used to live with your parents. But in the stillness of the moment, it takes for a Polaroid picture to capture our faces forever. The world has turned a touch on its axis, and the only thing certain is everything changes when they close this story out. At the end of last summer, the place we earned our pedigree, scene of our victory, sanctuary in the centre of London. Now they're building a railway to drag the vanquished to Versailles. And the sing-alongs go on, but they're singing different songs in rooms that we don't know on the other side of the city. In the stillness of the moment, it takes for a Polaroid picture to capture our faces forever. The world has turned a touch on its axis, and the only thing certain is everything changes. So honey, I just need a little time to take a little time with today, to savor all the triumph and tragedy before it slips away, before it slips away. Let go of the little distractions, hold close to the ones that you love, 'cause we won't all be here this time next year. So while you can, take a picture of us. Let go of the little distractions, hold close to the ones that you love, 'cause we won't all be here this time next year. So while you can, take a picture of us. Take a Polaroid picture. Take a Polaroid picture. Take a Polaroid picture. picture and keep it with you forever, to remind yourself that everything changes. But there was this one time when things were okay.
That was Frank Turner, Polaroid Picture. So we're going to come to Hannah and Laura now, who are going to do some shout-outs for us. So, Hannah.
Cool, so I've got a couple here. First of all, I've got Sophie Graham. Thanks for your shout-out. Really good to hear from you today. We've also got Amanda and John Fagg, who are joining us as well, listening in. And finally, on my list here, I've got Barbara and Chris Trainer. So thanks for giving us a listen today.
A couple more. We've got one from Andrea Parker. Thanks for listening in. And also Tilly Muller, who posted on the Facebook page asking for a shout out for Bury and Upward leaders who held their first camp last weekend, and also for 14th Cambridge, who held a family camp at Holt Island with 90 people doing things like archery, slacklining and canoeing, and they asked for a shout out and a thanks to Pascal and all the leaders and parents for making this happen.
That's great, thank you very much, you two. So we're now going to come to Hannah, and we're going to have a little chat with Hannah. So first of all, Hannah, when did you start scouting and where?
So I started scouting when I was 10. I joined my local scout group because my next door neighbour, George, his mum said, I think it'd be really good. Hannah should join scouts. She should go with George one week to my mum, because I was really quiet, quite timid. And luckily my mum took her advice and sent me along, and I really enjoyed it, actually. It was a really good experience right from the start, and I'm really glad that obviously I took part in it, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Very true. And what is your best memory from your early years in scouting?
So my best memory from my early years is probably my first ever summer camp, because it was the first camp I went on, just literally a couple of months in before I started, and I remember the letter came out the second week that I joined Scouts, and I said to my mum, I was like, I really, really want to go on this camp. She was like, are you sure? It's going to be a whole week away. You've never done this before. Are you sure you want to go for a whole week? And I was like, yeah, I really, really want to go. And I went on it, and it was such an amazing experience. So I think my biggest memory was washing our hair just in this river with obviously appropriate washing powder and stuff, which was just crazy because it was freezing cold, but we had loads of fun doing it. And also a sheep running into our toilet tent is the one that sticks out in my mind as well, so that was quite an interesting little experience.
Did you manage to get the sheep out again?
We did. Luckily it was on the last day as well, so probably got attracted by a bit of the smell.
And who's inspired you most in scouting?
So for me, I think the most inspirational person was my county commissioner from a couple of years ago. His name was Ben Richardson. And he really encouraged me sort of from the age of 16 to really join the county team and have an impact there as well. And I think his support is really what's driven me throughout scouting, but unfortunately he passed away a couple of weeks ago, so it was quite a difficult time. But yeah, definitely he was definitely my biggest inspiration.
So what made you want to stay in scouting when you became an adult?
I think when I became an adult, it was really important to me to give back what I'd received from scouting. So scouting gave me a really safe place to express myself and be myself and sort of, have my voice heard, whereas at school I felt still quite timid and quite shy. And I knew that a lot of other young people would get so much from scouting, and unless you have adults there to support scouting, you just won't have that opportunity for young people. So I really wanted to make sure that carried on. So
what roles have you undertaken since you've been an adult in scouting?
So I've been, an assistant Cub Scout leader, I've assistant Scout leader. I did those both as a young leader as well. I've also been Assistant County Commissioner for Explorers, and I also ran an Explorers Boat expedition to Kenya, and then more recently my role as UK Youth Commissioner.
So what made you want to become UK Youth Commissioner?
So when I saw it advertised on Facebook, I thought it looked like a really awesome opportunity. But it wasn't until, actually, it was Ben, who I mentioned earlier, who was a big inspiration to me. He'd seen the advert as well, and just when I'd sort of ruled myself out and thought, no, I can't really do that, he just dropped me an email and said, have you seen this? This would be perfect for you with your experience. And I think it was that encouragement from him, as sort of like a peer, as a mentor, that really encouraged me to put my application in. And I think that would be my biggest message to any adult in scouting, is that your encouragement means so much to young people, and it's that that little tip-off or that little word of encouragement that can make the difference in someone's life.
So what do you get up to being a UK Youth Commissioner then?
Loads of stuff. So I guess the most important, the most exciting part of the role, I guess, is really being able to make an impact on scouting for 500,000 people across the UK. So working in partnership with Wayne Bulpit, who's our Chief Commissioner, our Chief Exec, Matt, and our Chair of the Board, Anne. And between us, we share out the responsibility of leading the movement and leading our sort of different teams to do that. So that's kind of like one part of it. The other part of it is travelling around the country, really seeing what groups are up to, finding out how young people are having their voices heard and sharing those ideas across the country as well. So really helping people to understand youth-shaped scouting a bit more and to implement it in their local area.
What good ideas have you seen to do with youth-shaped scouting then on your travels?
Gosh, there's been loads. I think my favourite ones have probably been in groups and in sections, because that's where all young people have the opportunity to shape their scouting. So just seeing the different ways that people are running youth forums. I visited Lincolnshire County a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to them. They had a really good patrol leader training weekend, and they were really encouraging young people to take on those leadership roles and training them around it as well. So that was really good to see. So I think they're probably my highlights. Those ones.
And what's been the best part since you've been a UK Youth Commissioner?
The best part since being UK Youth Commissioner? Gosh, that's a big one. I think for me, probably the first U-Shape event we ran in 2015, so February 2015, because we didn't have very much time to put it together. Our venue dropped out at the last minute, so we had to change it really quickly before getting the information out, and we still managed to pull it together. It was the first time we'd ever live streamed a scouting event, and I was told in the run-up to it, we've never done it before, it's not possible, you can't do it, and I really worked hard with my team to make it happen, and I think just being able to say, we did it, it was really a really proud moment for us, and now it's kind of a concept that they're taking on for other events as well, and they're starting to be live streamed and really allowing more people to get involved with conversations when they're not in the room. I think that's really important around youth-shaped scouting.
And looking at your whole scouting history, what's your best memory?
Best memory? I think that's such a big question that I'll just pick out a recent memory. It's probably the easiest thing to do because there's so many of them. I think my recent trip, I went to Madagascar with some of the Community Impact Group, who are the team nationally who are driving the Million Hands project. And we went out to Madagascar with WaterAid, who are one of our Million Hands partners, to see what scouts in Madagascar are doing in their community to support WaterAid and to support water hygiene and sanitation out there. And it was so inspiring seeing people who in reality didn't have very much going out and helping their community and just doing the smallest things which were making such a difference. So they were doing campfire songs with local communities, teaching about how they should be washing their hands after they go to the toilet or before making food, or actually using a toilet. A lot of people weren't doing that. And also sort of dispelling a taboo around sort of menstrual hygiene and female hygiene as well. And it was so amazing seeing what they could do in their local area, and then just sort of using that as a bit of a stimulus for people in the UK to really get them on board with A Million Hands and to really help make a difference around the world. So that was really interesting to see.
So what can Scouts in the UK do for A Million Hands?
So the main thing really around that is it's all about how do we make sure that our local decision makers know how important clean water and sanitation is. Because what I didn't realise is that actually there isn't as much funding going into it as you might think. It's a really basic amenity that everybody needs. Everybody needs clean water, they need sanitation, otherwise it affects their livelihood, and we just need to ensure that local decision makers and also MPs and that they understand that. So any event that they might run in your group as a district, as a county, inviting those people along and showing them that their community really cares for people around the world. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, the other things, if there are people who are really interested in it, particularly around network age, they could start up projects around going to Madagascar and experiencing that for themselves. But there's so much we can still do from the UK about spreading the message and helping people to understand that we might be able to just turn on the tap but not everybody around the world has that opportunity.
So what great ideas have you seen for people taking part in A Million Hands?
For anything in general?
Any of the ones.
I think the one that I mentioned earlier with Merseyside with the Dementia Friends I really liked, because it wasn't just looking at those who are affected by the disease, but also the supporters and the carers around them. So that was quite exciting. There's also a project that I've heard of in Manchester, which is trying to make the local area really friendly towards those who are blind or partially sighted. Just things like signs outside of shops when they're further than a metre away or something like that. They're meant to be within that space from a shop, but when they're further out, somebody without vision is not going to be able to walk around that. Or if the people have got low-hanging trees outside their gardens and their dog walks under it, that's absolutely fine, but they're going to walk straight into that tree. And just really understanding and putting yourselves into other people's shoes, and helping our young people to understand that. So Beavers, Cubs and Scouts, that they're going to grow up in a much more friendly society for those who are disabled.
So Hannah, you've picked our songs for today.
Mm-hmm.
What influenced your choice of music?
So there were a couple of different influences. So the one that we just heard actually about Frank Turner, there's a line that I really like in it that says, "Let go of the little distractions, hold close to the ones that you love." And I just think that's really important, because we can get so hung up on the little things that we kind of forget about the big picture and the really exciting things in life. So I really like that. Home, which we had earlier as well, that just reminds me of landing after being away last summer back in the UK after the Jamboree and spending time in the Philippines. And thinking, it's actually really nice just to be home now. And I went straight to Gilwell Reunion, and that was lots of fun as well. I think we've got a bit of Foo Fighters coming up later, and that one I chose because on the day that I got the phone call to say that I had got the role of UK Youth Commissioner, I was actually walking in to see Foo Fighters play at the Invictus Games closing ceremony in 2014, and they've just started the next one again in Orlando now. So that's just like, for me, when I hear the Foo Fighters, I just think that was the day, that was the amazing day for me, that sort of changed my life. And that sounds really cheesy, but it really did change my life. So yeah, and perhaps Shake It Off as well, so a bit of Taylor Swift later, kind of a bit like my mantra of, you can't please everyone, so just keep going and keep powering through and just believe in what you think.
That's great. And on that note, we're going to play Taylor Swift.
Ah, perfect. Look at that timing.
Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music.
You could have been getting down to this sick beat.
Maybe we can shake, shake, shake. Yeah, 'cause the players gonna play, 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 play. And my haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it up, I shake it up. Heartbreakers gonna break, 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 break. And the haters gonna fake, 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 fake. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it up, I shake it up. 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 Shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up. Shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up. You got to. I shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up.
So we're still live on Hereward Radio, and we're still with Hannah Kentish. So we're got a few more questions, Hannah.
Cool.
In one sentence, why should young people join Scouting?
One sentence. Gosh.
Yes.
Can it be a really long sentence?
It
or-
could be as long as you like.
Oh, I have to think about this. Okay, so young people should join Scouting because it gives you the opportunity to try new stuff that you wouldn't get to try anywhere else, which will help develop you for later life, but in a fun way so you won't even realise it. But let's not ever use that as a quote because that's actually a bit naff.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. And then, in one sentence, why should adults join Scouting?
Adults should join Scouting to help every young person reach their potential in life. And also because it can be really developmental for adults as well. Not only do they get to join in with the activities that young people are doing as well and, conquer their fears, but also they're developing skills for their CV.
That's great.
Long sentence.
That was
again.
a very long sentence, but it was a sentence. And finally, what are you looking forward to most in Scouting?
So the thing that I'm looking forward to most in Scouting, would probably be seeing the outcomes of the youth-shaped strategy, which we've just had agreed by the board. So we've just finalised a little bit more about what it means for Scouting to become more youth-shaped. So we've kind of divided it into 4 areas around programme, transition at 18, sort of keeping young people interested in Scouting, then looking at young people in management roles and also young people in governance roles, so trustee boards and stuff like that. And I'm really excited to see how that's going to develop over the next year or two whilst I'm still in the role, particularly around the programme element. So I know that so many groups are already taking part in amazing youth-shaped Scouting, but we just need to highlight it and share it with other people and share those ideas so people can that understand that A, they are doing youth-shaped Scouting, it's something we've always done, and B, they can be really proud of their achievements as well.
That sounds brilliant. Thank you very much. So now we're going to do something slightly different, and Laura's going to explain how it's going to work. So off you go, Laura.
Quiz to do. So there's 2 parts to it. The first part is some facts that I found out, and you have to decide whether they're true or false. So I'll read them out, and then you can have a little bit of a discussion and come to a conclusion. So the first fact is Cubs in Australia work for bronze, silver and gold boomerangs.
That would be brilliant if it is true.
Yeah.
I think that's false.
I agree. I think that's false.
Do you think it's too cliche?
Yeah, I think it's too good to be true.
I feel like that's a unanimous false.
Okay. It's actually true.
Really?
Oh, brilliant.
Get me a plane ticket to Australia now.
I saw that. I thought that was brilliant. The second one is there's a Scouting poster in the EastEnders cafe.
True.
I'm going to say that's true as well.
So that was a very quick decision.
I think I've
Someone
seen
watched
it.
EastEnders. Yeah, it is true.
Pretty sure it was a Cubs 100 one recently, actually, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
They were up to date, Wolford Cubs, of course.
Yeah. The third one is there are only 10 countries that don't have Scouting.
False. I don't think it's as many as that.
Yeah,
I'd say it's false. I think there's more that don't have.
I think it's fewer than that.
There is 5.
All right, go on then.
Can you name any of them?
Probably not.
We're gonna go
North Korea.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Yeah.
And is it Andorra or something like that? Yep.
Antarctica.
Oh, Laos. Laos.
Yeah,
Whatever it is.
fine.
Laos. Probably not Laos. Lao. Yeah. My geography has never been my strong point.
I'm actually quite impressed you managed to guess all 5. Fourth one. In the past 100 years, 150 million people have been invested into scouting.
I'd say that's probably true.
I would have said false. I would have thought more than that.
Well, there's 40 million around the world at the moment. So that's more than 3 times. I'd say it's maybe a bit high.
You think that's too high?
I think it's maybe high. But I'm probably going to be disproven on it.
I reckon it's true.
I mean, around the whole world. There's a lot of people to become scouts. Okay, let's go around. So you think it's false?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go for false.
I'm going to go for true.
I think I'll go for true.
I think false.
True.
It's actually false. It's actually more.
Oh, more.
Right.
There's over 500 million people over the past 100 years.
Crikey.
So yeah.
Amazing.
The fifth one. In the first World Scout Jamboree was not only attended by people but also by a baby elephant.
I hope this is true.
I'm going to... Baden Powell's a pretty out there kind of guy, so I reckon he brought an elephant.
I know that there was an elephant at the Thailand Jamboree, I think it was, like handing over the baton as it was to the next country, but I'm not sure about the baby elephant.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say false.
True.
It is actually true.
Oh, wow.
But the best thing is, it wasn't just a baby elephant. There was also an alligator, a baby crocodile, a lioness cub, monkeys, and a camel.
Which country were they in?
London,
They were all from, well, all the animals were from different countries, so I don't know how they got there. But
I think that might be against health and safety now.
Yeah, maybe. The sixth one is John Lennon and Ringo Starr went to Cubs together.
It would be nice if it was true.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go for true.
Maybe it's a trick question. Maybe they didn't go together. Just throwing that one out.
Maybe it was Paul and Ringo went to Cubs. Who knows?
True. Go for true.
True.
It's actually false, but John Lennon and Paul McCartney did.
Oh, close.
Almost. And the last one I've got here is Lord Baden-Powell is buried on Brownsea Island.
False.
Bonus points where he is buried.
Yeah.
It's in Kenya.
Where in Kenya?
If it, I'm going to guess Mafeking, but probably not.
Nope. Anyone? Neary.
Yeah. So they're all the first ones for the facts, and the second round we've got is, was this famous person a scout? So I'll go through them all and you can decide, and I'll tell you at the end which ones were and which ones weren't. So the first one we've got is Liam Payne from One Direction.
I'm going to admit that I'm not sure which one that is from One Direction.
True.
False.
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 So we mostly think no?
Yeah.
Okay. So next one is Joey Essex.
False.
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 Okay. Next one, John F. Kennedy.
True.
So that's probably true.
I reckon he was an Eagle Scout.
A lot of presidents were, weren't they?
Yeah.
David Williams.
True.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Brand.
Ooh. False, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go for
Yeah, false.
Yeah.
They were actually all scouts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's brilliant.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's the end of the quiz.
Well, now we know who 5 of the 500 million people were.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 6 of us as well.
Yeah.
So that's 11.
Okay, so we're going to go for another song now. Hannah talked about it earlier. We're going to go for Foo Fighters' My Hero. That was Foo Fighters' My Hero, another one of Hannah's requests there. So we're coming to the end of the show. Have we got any more shout-outs, Laura?
Yeah, we've got a few more. The first is Malcolm Robinson. Thank you for listening. Chris and Elaine Ward. And the last one, Sammy Parker.
Thank you very much, Laura. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the show now. We're just going to play you out to a song. But we would like to say bye from all of us here. So...
Oh, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, and our next show is on the 19th of July. 20th of July. 21st of July. We'll get there a bit. Yes, it's on the 21st of July, which is a Friday. So we'll hopefully hear from you all then. Thanks very much.
Oh, Thursday.
No, it's a Thursday. We're nearly there. Fleetwood Mac.
Hereward Radio, Cambridgeshire Scouts Takeover.
Hi, this is Bruno Mars.
Hi, it's Ed Sheeran.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift. What's going on, everybody? This is Neo.
Hello, this is Maroon 5.
Hello, I'm Ellie Goulding.
Hi, I'm Calvin Harris.
Hey, what's up? It's Rihanna, and you're listening to
Hereward Radio. Get involved with the adventure and get in touch with Cambridgeshire Scouts. Find Cam Scouts on Facebook, on Twitter @CamScouts, or visit cambridgeshirescouts.org.uk.